accept the agenda as printed.
Support.
Motion been made and supported that we approve the agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. We got minutes from the August 3rd meeting.
Move we accept the minutes as printed.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. We accept the minutes from the August 3rd meeting. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carried. Minutes from the August 15th special meeting.
Move we accept the, minutes from the special meeting on August 15th as printed.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. We accept the August 15th special meeting minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. The treasury report, Amy?
Pretty much the same as last year.
No big deal. Okay, we need a motion to accept the treasury report.
So moved.
Support.
Motion been made and supported that we accept the treasury report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. And the bills,
A lot of big ones.
you must have got some from the road commission.
We did. Where did they go?
On
Road
fire.
Commission 82.
We have to pay Stanton's, the work fire department.
Yes.
With the air packs.
Yeah, that was on there as well.
I move we pay the bills.
Support.
Motion been made and supported that we pay the bills. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. You don't have anything on here for old business? Wanna go right to, Deb's?
Yeah.
Deb, I mean, we gotta approve paying you, and I don't know if they wrote up a contract or anything, or do you wanna discuss? Okay, I haven't seen it, so.
It must be his file.
It's in the file somewhere.
Did you guys, okay. Is that fair with you, Deb?
Yes.
What about him? You got anything to say?
You heard her.
Okay, if this is fair with you, it's fair with us.
Okay,
Well, thank you for doing this for us.
She's gonna.
Go ahead.
I also was going, for people that don't know, I'm going to be doing the election, so I am going to have office hours Mondays from 10 a.m. to noon and Thursday night from 5 to 7 for anybody that wants an absentee ballot. Starting this coming week.
Okay.
Okay.
And like I said, thank you for being able to do this for us.
We do, but I also got this letter from Kristen, I'm not sure if I made a copy or not, but, it's basically in support of hiring
Yeah.
Deb.
I think it's fine. We need to make a motion on this.
I'll make a motion that, we sign Deb's agreement for election services.
Or
Motion made and supported. We hired Deb LaFever to do the election in November. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Yeah, and you want me to sign one of these?
Please.
And you got the fire department agreement. Is there anything necessarily?
they just certainly got the air packs and then they got the bills, so. I turned it over to Rhonda, so.
There's anything special we gotta do with this?
Oh, I don't know, I had never seen this. They sent that to you?
No, they sent it to you, you gave it to me,
Oh, did I?
it was in that packet.
Oh, all right.
Do we have to,
I'm sure it was.
we don't have to do anything with it.
No.
Yeah, we have to,
Oh, sign the bag, right?
I'll make it go for this, it was drawn up in 2008. Okay. If that's
we
the
have to do
case,
this.
I say they never
Table it.
They never said anything at the meeting about it, did they?
Did they tell you it had to be done at this meeting, or did they table it?
They did not say, no.
you wanna table this one then?
Sure.
Take a look at it later?
I'll make a motion that we table the fire department agreement and take a look at it before we sign it.
Yeah, because they never said anything about this here tonight.
We got a motion to table it, need a second?
Or,
Motion been made and supported that we table the stand fire department until our next meeting, or the fire department agreement. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. You have anything else, Rhonda?
Thank you.
No, I don't have anything else.
Amy, you have anything?
Taxes are due next week and Wednesday, and I'll be here from 9 to 5 that day.
You have anything, Tom?
Nope.
I don't have anything, we'll go to public comment. Laura?
I'd like to preface my remarks by saying that Larry and I are on the other side of an issue. That does not mean we were on the other side of the people who disagree with us on the issue. There are many people on the other side about whom we care deeply, so. Long before signing with Apex, Larry and I were proponents of alternative energy. To that end, we have 18 solar panels on our property, 2 on the roof to heat water, and 16 in the back lawn to cut down our huge monthly electric bill. In addition, Larry and I hope the expenditure we made would do a bit to help slow down unwelcome climate change. So we began attending township meetings with the idea that we could make a contribution to the debate. We envisioned that such a debate would allow for those on both sides of the current wind issue to present their views in a respectful manner and in turn be treated with respect by those in attendance. Instead, each meeting was toxic, filled with animosity and disrespect for anyone who presented any information favorable to wind energy, and replete with disgraceful treatment aimed at Douglas board members. On Saturday, August 27th, I read an article in the Daily News authored by Elizabeth Wallach. It was completely the reverse of the information imparted by anti-wind forces, scare tactics filled with misinformation and lacking in supporting documentation. They had been saying for months on end that neighboring Gratiot County was imploding with health issues and declining property values. I even heard one claim that the taxes paid by turbine administrators and utilized for the benefit of various county entities were, quote, not real money, unquote. On the other hand, Elizabeth's article dealt with real facts and figures. These were obtained from Gratiot County officials who cited authentic data and who allowed their names to be used in support of their numbers. Painstakingly researched articles like this are the reason the U.S. Constitution guarantees freedom of the press. Furthermore, the reliable, accurate information such articles provide underscores the value of our continued support of print journalism in the form of a daily local newspaper. I hope some of those who signed recall petitions will read Elizabeth's article, realize they have been sold a bill of goods, and vote accordingly this November. I also hope and pray that those who have wreaked havoc and pain on Douglas Township in general, and these hardworking board members in particular, possess sufficient moral fiber to regret their actions. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Anybody wanna be next? Sheila?
Well, I wasn't gonna bring this up, but Laura brought it up, so here we are. I agree with her renewable energy stuff at her house. I totally agree with people getting solar panels. We have geothermal at our house. So, and we're all gonna need that more and more if we have wind, because our electricity rates are gonna go sky high. Anyway, as for the article, in the Daily News, I'll tell you a little bit about some of the sources that were used. John Hardiman is a leasing landowner whose lease obviously has a gag order and a cooperation clause in it. So he is also the township supervisor who probably helped to bring in wind there. So he's not allowed to say anything against it. He's under a contractual obligation. Doug Merchant makes wind commercials for DTE, and they're online. They're made by Peter Sinclair, who's admitted to working for Apex. Greenstone, up until very recently when Jed Welder got on the board, they actually said in their loan application that you should be checking to see if there's gonna be wind turbines around your property, because they might affect the property value. Pete Preston is a former planner in Shiawassee County who was accused there of pushing Apex recommendations. When Apex was kicked out of Shiawassee County, both Apex and Pete showed up in Isabella, where they were able to install the largest concentration of turbines in Michigan. So, you know, what can I say about that article? It's very one-sided. There was no realtors spoken to. There was no people that were interested in protecting townships. There was no landowners that aren't under a lease agreement. So, you know, I'm hoping Elizabeth will do a follow-up article because it wasn't really well researched. As far as name calling in board meetings, I mean, and elsewhere, I can show you all of the things that have been done to me by officials and accusations, false accusations on Facebook. I think Laura referred to us as something like Nazis at one point. And also pigs at another meeting. So, like, you know, I wasn't even gonna talk tonight, but you can't stand up, you put yourself in the middle of that when you stand up and you make accusations, again, false accusations about us. Thank you. Oh, one more thing. What I really was gonna say tonight is, apparently, every single one of you have decided not to protect the township by not
Your time is up,
extending
Sheila.
the
Time's up, Sheila.
moratorium.
Anybody wanna be next?
Pam Hemmes, Montcalm Township. I want to support Sheila on Elizabeth's article. There was a lot left out. And one thing that Sheila didn't mention was a whole slew of the experts that were quoted for the article were the people that come with the assessors. And the assessors are using the cost of materials, home values, what houses are for sale for. We've talked about that a lot at meetings. They said the home values had not gone down in Isabella or anywhere else. The reason being that they're not talking about what the value is to a person who wants to buy. The values have gone down. We have examples of homes in Isabella and Gratiot. Our friend Nancy Welke's home finally sold, but for under $100,000 less than it should have, when houses around the state are selling for more. I know that's changed a little bit, but her house was on the market for a long time, and it's a beautiful, beautiful piece of property. So what we're talking about when we talk about value is not what an assessor says it's worth for taxes. It's what can you sell your home for? Another example has been brought up in Montcalm County of a home that was purchased. A purchase agreement had been signed. This is just recent. A purchase agreement was signed, an earnest deposit was made, and then it was revealed to the buyer that the property was leased to Apex. Probably, it was 6 acres, so probably a good neighbor agreement. And once he found that out, he said, I'm sorry, I'm not buying this house. So it's happening even in Montcalm County before we even have wind turbines. So Elizabeth's article was not accurate. And she's very capable.
Anybody wanna be next?
Yeah, I follow up on Sheila and Pam's talk. Here a week before Elizabeth's article, Tom tweeted out that she couldn't even write which one tweeted out they couldn't even write an article for Mad Magazine?
I never tweeted anything,
Okay.
Mike. It wasn't
I
me.
read it. I don't know if it was
It
you.
wasn't me.
Okay, could've been Jack.
Well, then
I'm sorry,
take it
Tom.
back.
I'm sorry, Tom, take it
They're
back.
only the same people
Take it back.
when they want
I'm here to argue with, I'm sorry. But then here Laura, case in point, all the crap that these people have been getting from you, I've seen on a tape where Tom Jepson told Cindy she should shut the F off. So I mean, there's your
No, I
integrity
didn't.
right there.
No, I
That's
didn't.
on tape, Tom, I did see that one.
No, it wasn't Cindy.
Cindy Schick.
It
wasn't.
Anybody wanna be next?
Krista.
I got called deplorable, so.
Yeah, well, so, I really hope you,
Hey, who wants to be next?
Move to adjourn.
You wanna, we need a second. Amy Dunn made a motion.
Did he even ask if there was any more?
He did.
Is there anybody else that wants to talk?
Sure.
Then talk.
Hi, Kevin Murphy, Winfield Township. Today was a normal day at our store. Our CPA was in, our taxes we're trying to get finished up for the year. A lot of things to discuss. She lives in Isabella County. Her name is Sarah Kane. She said it was real peaceful last night, feeding the horses for one of the first times in a long time. The turbines were off. She said, my God, you don't understand how peaceful that is to have no noise and just communicate with your horses in nature. It's just a very sincere statement. She wasn't bitching. She just said, wow. She said, I hope you guys don't get them. You can go to her home if you'd like. She said, anybody's more than welcome to. She doesn't praise the fact that she's against them. She doesn't like them. It drives them nuts. Thank you.
Anybody else? Tom's made a motion.
Motion to adjourn. Support.
We need the support.
If you wanna talk, raise your hand. You sit there and sit there, and then we adjourn, and then you get mad because you didn't get to talk. So do you wanna talk? Raise your hand. Raise your hand.
Go ahead.
I don't understand why you, Tom, are making like fun of people here.
I didn't.
Woohoo! What is that for?
Well,
Why,
come
why
on,
are
raise
you
your
acting,
hands if
why
you
are
wanna
you
talk.
acting like
Talk.
Hey,
this?
this is not a public. This is a
Public, you mean,
comment.
he can be this way. I'm asking a question and I can't even answer
You
a
don't
question. And you're interrupting me. Why? That's it. I mean, you're in a hurry to go home, so just do whatever you're gonna do.
Can I get your name, please?
I said Sarah Kelly. I was interrupted.
Anybody else wanna talk? You got one back here.
Wendy Swatala Douglas. I'm the one who called your behavior deplorable, because it is. You don't show us respect. Tom, you smirk, you laugh during public comment. You're here to serve.
What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to sit here with a frown on my face like Sheila?
Let her finish, Tom.
Wow.
Okay, let's let her, we'll let you finish, okay? Just finish your story, would you please?
Careful, he'll call you buckwheat.
Okay,
Yeah, buckwheat.
that behavior, if it came from one of us, we would have been escorted out.
You
Tom,
betcha.
would you leave, please? Are you gonna behave yourself?
Oh, yes, I will, Mom.
oh, jeez.
Finish your story, don't ask Tom questions, this is public comment.
This is public
Okay,
comment,
this is
no
public
question.
comment. I am absolutely tired of your deplorable behavior. You should be respectful of the citizens you serve. Be honest.
I mean, you're not
Open,
respectful of me.
and have integrity.
Let her talk.
And part of having integrity is not interrupting during public comment. Do I take some classes on it? Maybe you should. Public speaking classes. It's called respect. We respect this board. We expect the same in return. Thank you.
Anybody else? Hey, Dave, I didn't ask you, did you have anything?
No.
Anybody else got any public comments?
Are
Okay,
you sure?
you make a motion?
I made a motion to adjourn.
We need a second. Motion is adjourned, this meeting is adjourned, thank you all for coming.
Many cameras.
Did you get what I said?
Yeah.
Around the table.
See ya.